Hi friends, right now we're going to have 1 minute of radian measure. Radian measure is a way to measure angles by using the distance that is intercepted along the edge of a circle instead of the pointiness at the point of the angle. In other words, if I have a circle of a certain radius and I measure along the edge of that circle the same length as the radius, then this angle is measured to be 1 radian. And radians, it's kind of like just another unit, like degrees. They're measured a little differently. They represent different things, but we can think about radians just being another unit that you can put on degrees, just like Fahrenheit and Celsius or meters and inches. It's just another unit. Here's another picture illustrating that this would be, if I had a circle of radius 1, this would be a 1 radian angle. So let's just say for giggles, I wanted the radian measure of 90 degrees. So what I'm asking you really is if I take a unit circle, if I take a circle of radius 1 unit and I take a 90-degree angle, how long is that around that arc? You might recognize that it is 1/4 of the whole circumference of that circle. That would be 1/4 of 2 pi r. R here is 1. So 1/4 of 2 pi, and that gives me pi over 2, or what I would say, pi halves. Okay, we could do that with all these numbers, but let's jump down here to 180. If 1/2 pi is that length, what do you think it is all the way around 180 degrees? And you would be correct if you said it was pi. So that's the easiest conversion factor you can remember, is that 180 degrees represents pi radians. But rather than memorizing that, I want you to try and understand it for a minute. And I have this little phrase, an ounce of understanding is worth a pound of memory. Rather than memorizing this entire thing, let's just remember that this much from here to here is pi radians. And the best way to get around this unit circle, if you're familiar with this picture, is not by thinking how many degrees is this and let me convert it to radians, but to think to yourself, what fraction of pi am I looking at? If I'm here and I want to know what is that angle, I recognize that it would be 1/3 of the way over to pi. So this is pi over 3. Or maybe, what is this angle? And I think in my head, well, that looks like 1/4 away from pi, or maybe 3/4 of the way over to pi. This is 3 pi over 4, or 3/4 pi. So your best friend here in converting degrees to radians, or thinking about angles in radians, would be a better strategy here, would be to just imagine the unit circle and ask yourself, what fraction of the top half am I looking at? I hope that you found that helpful. Click the link in the comments if you want the full-length explanation of this topic.